When Lin looked inside the rune that the primordial stone had left on his hand, he found himself in a familiar space. In that space, there was a sun and many planets orbiting around it. Lin recognized one planet as Earth, as he was an Earthling who once lived there before his reincarnation. He was surprised to see Earth, and many memories began flooding his mind. He finally remembered that this was a solar system from another space, but he wondered why it had appeared in this world. As Lin gazed at the primordial rune, he curiously thought, how exactly is the primordial rune related to the sun? Mo Yuan noticed Lin lost in thought, and asked him what he was thinking about. She wondered if he was studying the primordial rune. Mo Yuan smiled brightly, and told Lin not to study it anymore because the primordial rune was simply too magical. She explained that over the years, many divine-level experts had tried to study the primordial rune thoroughly, but they couldn't understand it. It was so mysterious that many people were fascinated by it. Lin agreed with her because he now knew that this rune represented the solar system, and naturally, it was impossible for people who had not seen space before to fully understand it. Mo Yuan then shared her wish. If she could unlock the secrets of the primordial rune, she would have no regrets in her life. She was very happy thinking about her dream. After discovering that the primordial rune was connected to Earth, Lin became very curious. Could there be many things related to Earth in the primordial space? Lin said, I really want to go in and take a look, but it's a shame that the primordial space is at the lower layer, and only those at level 70 can enter. I wonder if there's another way. Hearing Lin's concern, Mo Yuan told him there was indeed another way. She explained that at the center of the last core area, there was a tunnel leading to the lower layer, guarded by a boss. To enter the tunnel, Lin would have to defeat the boss. When Lin asked about the boss's level, Mo Yuan informed him that it was level 68. It was the only boss in the Eternal Trials that had never been killed. Many lower-layer powerhouses had tried to defeat it, but they were unsuccessful, and were even heavily injured. Worried about Lin, Mo Yuan warned him that this boss was too dangerous. She recommended he go there when he was at level 70, third evolved, as the primordial space wasn't going anywhere. After hearing her warnings, Lin assured her that he understood. While they were talking, some people approached them from the shadows. It was a group led by a blonde-haired man named Claude. Claude was surprised to see Mo Yuan's beauty and the light emanating from the primordial rune. He approached Mo Yuan directly, and in a charming voice said, Beautiful lady, my name is Claude. I see that you've obtained the primordial rune. We can protect you. Claude looked like the kind of guy who would try to get Lin's waifus and end up being destroyed. When Claude made his offer, Mo Yuan immediately rejected him, but he still insisted, telling her that it was very dangerous, and that her primordial rune would attract abyss demons and the dragon kind. Lin didn't like Claude, but before he could come to his waifu's rescue, someone intervened, telling Claude that the Shengxia Empire didn't need his protection. The one who intervened was the leader of the Jialan Guild's boss fighting party from the Shengxia Empire. Mo Yuan recognized them by their clothes, and told Lin that they were from the Jialan Guild, one of the largest guilds in the Shengxia Empire. When the leader of the Jialan Guild's boss fighting party approached, Claude, surprised, asked if he was Jiang Wenshan from the Jialan Guild. Jiang Wenshan confirmed, It's good you recognize me. Claude was angry because he couldn't get his hands on Mo Yuan, and, left with no choice, he departed with his team. When Jiang saw that Mo Yuan was a level 41 Holy Spirit Summoner, a mid-level legendary profession, he praised her, saying she was very impressive. However, when he noticed that Lin was a level 30 Necromancer, he remarked that it was the first time he had heard of that profession. But Jiang was shocked when he saw Lin's Colonel Hunter badge. Jiang, who was himself a 9-star second lieutenant, immediately saluted Lin, saying, 9-star second lieutenant Jiang Wenshan, greets the senior officer. Lin asked Jiang if he was from the military, and Jiang told him that he was, but he had retired due to some issues. Jiang, addressing Lin as Sir, said, Sir, it's very dangerous here. Let us protect, but he stopped before completing his sentence. He thought to himself, Sir Lin is already a colonel, so why would he need our protection? He misunderstood, thinking that since Lin was a colonel, he must be high level, and had intentionally concealed his level to enter the Eternal Trials. With a serious expression, Jiang asked Lin if he had any orders, and assured him to feel free to command them. Their timing was perfect. Lin asked if any of them had seen the God's Chosen Secret Realm recently. He told them that he had searched for it for many days, but couldn't find it. Jiang pointed in one direction and told Lin that about 100 miles from there, the God's Chosen Secret Realm had appeared 4 days ago. Lin turned around, thanked Jiang, and started heading in that direction with Mo Yuan. But suddenly, Jiang called out to them, asking them to wait. Lin looked back and asked what had happened. Jiang told Lin that he had heard a large number of abyss demons and dragon warriors were heading towards them. Lin asked why the abyss demons and dragons were coming their way. Jiang pointed at the light emanating from Mo Yuan's primordial rune, and explained that her rune was nearing completion. Once it was fully merged with her, abyss demons and dragons would come in groups to seize it before it completed. This was why Jiang and his team had come to assist the owner of the primordial rune. Lin told Jiang not to worry, assuring him that he would protect Mo Yuan and kill those abyss demons and dragons. Lin then thanked Jiang for coming to help and for the warning. Jiang smiled and told Lin that there was no need to thank him, saying, "We're all humans after all." But in the next second, Jiang saw something that completely shocked him. Thousands of abyss demons were approaching from one direction, and thousands of dragon warriors were coming from another direction. Lin stood arrogantly in front of the thousands of enemies alone and said, "It looks like we can't leave before killing them all." Jiang felt very nervous seeing so many enemies charging at them, and immediately ordered his party to prepare for battle. On his command, all the soldiers in his party formed up, but their numbers were lacking compared to the overwhelming enemy force. Jiang told his soldiers not to worry, saying, "Although the enemy numbers are overwhelming, we've already sent out a message. Reinforcements will come very soon. We just have to hold on." But suddenly, a golden light began to flow around all the soldiers, surprising them. The golden light was coming from Lin. Then, all the soldiers received a system notification saying, "Legion Commander Lin Moyu, level 30 profession necromancer, is inviting you to join the Legion." Seeing that message and realizing that Lin was actually a level 30 Legion commander, Jiang was utterly shocked. He couldn't believe that Lin was only level 30, and couldn't understand why someone at that level had come to the Eternal Trials. On the other hand, the abyss demons and dragon warriors charged together at Lin. Jiang raised his shield and stepped forward to fight against them, but suddenly he saw dark green flames surrounding the ground. When Jiang looked ahead, he saw that those dark green flames were coming from Lin, and from those flames, an undead general emerged. Jiang was stunned and asked, "What is this necromancer? Is that Sir Lin's undead summon?" But what he saw next shocked him even more. From those dark green flames, hundreds of skeleton warriors and mages emerged. After that, the undead general immediately raised his staff and cast a legion-strengthening spell, which covered the entire area. The strength of all the skeleton warriors and mages increased rapidly. The soldiers of Jiang's party were stunned to see so many skeletons, and Jiang himself was shocked, wondering if this was the reason why Sir Lin could come here. Immediately, the skeleton warriors charged at the monsters, while the skeleton mages from behind began casting their elemental spells to attack. When an abyss demon got close, the skeleton mages attacked it with a huge fireball spell, and then the skeleton warriors jumped and sliced off its head with one swing of their swords. Lin looked up at the sky and saw thousands of abyss demons and dragon warriors. He thought that killing them like this would take too long. He could use Mo Yuan's flying ban skill, but her flying ban probably couldn't cover such a large radius. Lin turned to Jiang and asked if he had a way to bring them down, thinking that the boss fighting party of the Jiaolin Guild, with an average level of 60, must have a way. Jiang confirmed and told Lin that their party's Shadow Great Mage had the flying ban skill equipped, which could ensure that within a minute, the abyss demons and dragon warriors would not be able to fly. Hearing this, Lin smiled and said, "Then I won't hold back on using it." Among the abyss demons was abyss succubus Alice, who was holding a purple crystal. Arrogantly, she said, "This time, I won't give Lin any opportunities," and threw the purple crystal towards him. The crystal hit the ground and shattered, releasing purple flames that surrounded the entire area around Lin, Mo Yuan, and Jiang. They were shocked to see the purple flame, which was known as Abyss Flame. A frightened Mo Yuan told Lin that it was said the Abyss Flame was the source of power for abyss demons, and the first demon in the abyss was born from it. When within the range of the Abyss Flame, the strength of abyss demons would increase by at least 30%. Jiang warned Lin that it was because of the Abyss Flame that the human army had failed in their attacks on the abyss, and advised him to be careful. After releasing the Abyss Flame, Succubus Alice ordered the abyss demons to attack. Before Lin could react, suddenly, several daggers covered in abyss flames appeared out of thin air in front of him. Shocked to see those daggers, Jiang screamed, "Sir Lin, be careful, that's the Abyss Night Demon." Abyss Night Demons are assassins skilled in stealth and sneak attacks. But before those Abyss Night Demons could strike, Lin's skeleton armor activated, blocking their attacks. The Abyss Demons were shocked as their stealth was broken. Lin grabbed one Abyss Night Demon by the neck and said, "I was worried you guys wouldn't come down." Without any emotion, Lin used his Soul Blaze skill, burning the Abyss Night Demon in the flames of his Soul Blaze without giving it a chance to react. Lin tossed the burning demon aside, as a system notification informed him that he had earned 2 million experience points and 1,000 military merit for killing a level 50 Abyss Night Demon. Seeing the burned corpse of the Abyss Night Demon on the ground, the other Abyss Night Demons were terrified. Lin smiled at their expressions, and then prepared to use his best combined skill, warning the Abyss Night Demons not to even think about escaping. Lin used his slow curse and corpse explosion skills together. The slow curse chains tied down the Abyss Night Demons, and then the corpse explosion skill detonated the corpse of the Abyss Night Demon with a huge explosion, blowing up all the Abyss Night Demons in one go. Seeing this happening again, Succubus Alice commanded the Abyss Demons to spread out and be cautious of Lin's AoE, area of effect attacks. She knew all too well what Lin's attacks could do, but the Dragon Warriors didn't know about Lin, as all the Dragon Warriors who had crossed his path had already perished. The Dragon Warriors charged at Lin, shouting that if they could kill him, their king would bestow them with great rewards. Seeing the Dragon Warriors charging at him, Lin smiled and said, "I love it most when you guys are like this. You can provide me with many corpses." And just like that, more and more Dragon Warriors came to attack, but with each wave, Lin continued to use corpse explosion, killing them, and then causing their corpses to explode next. The chain reactions were so devastating that even the Abyss Demons got caught in the explosions and were dying alongside the Dragon Warriors. Succubus Alice was furious, wondering why the dragons had come and caused so much trouble. But then, she got an idea. She smiled and said, "Perhaps these dragon trash can be reused to fulfill Her Majesty's plan." Now that there were enough corpses on the ground, Lin asked the assassins from Zhang's party to let the remaining monsters fall. The level 60 assassin from Zhang's party stepped forward with her staff. She raised it and used her group flying ban skill, which was more powerful than Mo Yuan's flying ban skill.